Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where awkwardness just occurred and the Serene Revolt has rebelled from Serene while we were in the middle of taking all of their stuff. So we have to go through and take some of their stuff again, which is, awkward. We're gonna come up here and fight this Serene Revolt force. We're force marching over. Looks like they deleted the fort that was here. I think there was a fort there. We're going to cap this, no problem. That's good. And from here, we are going to want to head up here, cap that. This is occupied by us. That is actually still occupied by us. So this is not their territory. Okay. What do they have up here? They have this. Sure, we can take that. And then they have this up over this way. Okay. Hang on. This is Serene, and this is also Serene. Okay, so we can just take a look at what they have here. Everything in this red color is what they have. So that looks good. So we're just going to take all of this. That seems fine. And this looks pretty under control at this point. These guys should no longer need to be force marched. This is now auto capping, so we can move them back up over here-ish for now. We're done capping here. I'm going to... This is not in Serene. Okay. So we're going to head up over this way. We're force marching up there. It looks like our vassal's probably going to cap that before we get there. That's good. And this is Fezan. Okay. So I want to put in a governor here. We need a scorned family member. That is going to end up being... Is there a scorned family member available? I did not see one. Wow, we can click and drag this. Okay. I'm not used to that. I don't see a scorned family member here. Hercanid, huh? Okay. I mean, oh, there's this guy. There's a couple of them. Okay, we'll put this guy in. He's terrible at the job, but it'll do. So that seems fine for now. As far as the Serene Revolt goes, this is where their primary territory is. We don't care about that. That's absolutely fine for now. So this is going to auto cap, and I want to just peace out at this point with the Serene Revolt specifically. Okay, so this is what we've got. So I want to go in here. I want to sue for peace. I want to take... Right, we have to peace out Serene first because we don't have a connection out over here. So we're going to have to take all of this, and then this down here is going to Gera, right? But it can't go to Gera. Okay. Actually, it can. Never mind. That's unusual. I'm surprised by that because this is not contiguous. Usually it would require continuity here. But apparently, maybe if giving it to vassals, I guess maybe that doesn't happen. That's interesting. So in that case, this is the correct way to do it. We would take all of this territory here. This goes to Gera, and we would accept this. That'll be 20 aggressive expansion, and Serene accepts that. So that comes to us. Like that. Then we ticket a day, and the Serene Revolt, we're going to need to give this all over to Gera. Except for maybe a corridor down here, but I think that kind of removes the point. So let's just do this for now. We'll give this to Gera. So that's going to go in about like that. This up here needs to be switched over to be under their control as well. So it would be like this. That didn't go. There we go. So now we would need to sue for peace here. We would take this, we would take this, and this, and this. They would accept that as well. So we would take this, and that gives us everything that we want. Okay. So this is now all Gera out over here. Gera is now a buffer state between us and India. The question now is, would we be able to take this city? I don't know. That would be interesting. Maybe. Maybe. But it's definitely a useful thing to have Gera here. So that's good. We'll keep them there. There's still some Gera down here that we'd like them to not have, but whatever. We do need a governor up in Albania, so this looks good. We'll put in this guy. And now, of course, we should have a bunch of buildings that we can build. So farming settlements. We can build it in Her. We can build it in Prov1529_Armenian. That's quite a name there. There's a lot of these that we can build, actually. A number of them up over here. So this down here is Garen territory, and of course we can't build it there. But what we can do is we can build roads through our vassal, which is something we're very interested in doing. So I'm going to take these guys off of Force March here. I'm going to put them onto road build, and we're going to make sure that we have roads coming around like this. I want to make sure that there's a road like that, and then a road like that, and then probably a road connecting these. And then this would come up over here, and we'd look to build a road something like this. Although I'd like to have a connection like that as well. Okay, and then we come down the coastline and connect into our existing road here. Then we'd want to come around this direction, connecting in up this way and down here, like that. Making sure that this is connected here as well. And then we come down this direction into some of our new territory out here. And it would go something like that. I would probably like to have a connection here, and then the rest of that looks pretty okay. So this would be our new territory out over here being dealt with. So that looks good. And then over here, I would like these guys to enter road build, and they're going to head around like so, making sure that there's a connection here. We'd build a road section down this way for sure. Connecting that in something like that. Then I'd like to have a connection out over here, and I'm just thinking about how we might want to structure this area over here. For the moment, I think coming down this way makes a lot of sense, like that. There's already a road down this direction, but we can certainly put in one kind of like this, and then come down here, and just make sure to have a road all the way through into this Garen territory down here, which I think we already built road through. So that looks good, and then we come up this direction where there's already some road, and we come up this way, making sure that there's a triangle connection here. I think connecting over this way makes a lot of sense as well. And beyond that, I think this is pretty good to go. I don't think we need additional road construction down through here. So that should be our roads good to go for now. Now we can go in and think about cities. So we've got a couple of city locations that we can build here. So this is Aladag Calais, and that is up over here. Looks good. No buildings here at all right now. Okay, easy enough. Cool. Next up, we've got a few more of these. So Nakhchiwan, that is not how you spell that. Nakhchiwan. Okay. Beautiful. That is right up over here. This has 8 building slots available. Horses. Okay, sure. There we go. And then we've got a few more of these. So these are probably all in this same area, right? So we should be able to just see it by mousing over. So that'll be right up over here. This currently is an awkward setup. A Great Temple and Grand Theater are fine to get these conversions going. I don't want to have these courts of law, though. The rest of these buildings look okay, and let's just do something kind of like that. Looks great. Next up would be Sagan, which is right up over this way, producing wood. Okay. Nothing too major there. And then we've got Mish, which is right over here, produces leather. Sure. Okay, and then we've got Kaladasht, which is up here producing wild game. Mediocre. Okay. And where's this next location at? This is not in this location. Okay. So this is probably something that was recently disloyal. Yeah, definitely the case. Okay, so here we would put in a forum, we would put in 2 Freeman districts, and 2 tax offices for the time being. That looks great. And then we've got all of these 2 building slot areas. So for these, we can definitely unpause the game and just work through. So we've got this up over here, which I need to get through that to unpause the game. We'll put in a forum, and we will put in a Freeman district. Wonderful. Then we've got Doki Mayon, which is out over here. Cool. And this is, of course, going to be a forum and a Freeman district. Then we've got Tomisa. So that is down over here. That is going to be a pair of taverns, for sure. So that's fine. I think the Grand Temple's fine for now. So next up would be Taposiris Magali. So that is out over here. Wonderful. A pair of Freeman districts. And we need a Rob Shumreem. So that is going to be that guy. Cool. No Scorn family, so we'll just choose the guy with the highest stat. So Tapihu is next. And that is right down over here. Still in Egypt. Looks good. A pair of tax offices here should do the trick. Do we have any actual colonizable provinces? The answer is no, and that's not surprising. Next up would be Delos. And Delos is right over here. Beautiful. We do have some starving pops. We'll look at that in just a moment here. I want to... We probably do not need the Great Temple here anymore. I think it's fine to have the Grand Theater, and then we can put in 3 tax offices. Now, we have some pops starving up over this direction. First things first, we can put in a farmer's market and then a tax office, and then we also have pops starving here. I'm going to remove a tax office, and we're going to put in a farmer's market. Now, it's February, so they are going to build up food over the spring and summer, but hopefully those farmers markets will help them with that. So that seems fine for the moment. Next up, we're going to do Heraclea Pontiki. So that is very Greek. Anatolian, but close enough. So that is up over this direction. We do have a fort here, and I think that fort is fine. We're going to require a pair of mills, followed by a slave trader. So that'll be good for the time being. Okay, next up is Kessie, and that is down over here. Beautiful. So we put in a pair of Freeman districts here. No problem there. And then Mios Hormos is the next location, right over here. This definitely needs a mill. And then beyond that, a tax office looks good. Do we need the Great Temple? The answer is no. I think keeping around the Grand Theater for the moment is still useful. Next up is actually Jerusalem. Okay. So Jerusalem is in an interesting position, right? So we've got 18 libraries here right now, and we're at 149 out of 149. I'm going to split the difference between aqueducts and libraries at this point. So we're going to do something like that. Okay, next up would be Ramita, which is right up over here. That looks good. 2 building slots here, and this is a research city, so we would definitely put in a pair of libraries. More followers of the Risen Lord over here. Very rude. And we've got Dolish next. That needs an L. There we go. That helps. Excellent. So this needs a pair of forums for the moment. Cool. Zukar is the next location. And where is that? That is right next to it. Okay, that's convenient, I guess. So we'll put in a forum, and we'll put in a Freeman district. Wonderful. Next up is Kef, and that is right out over this way. So we would put in a... Oh, Granary's raided. You know what? We'll pay to replace it. It's fine. We'll put in a forum, and we'll put in a Freeman district. And Ramses, the Holy City, is next. Cool. So that is right down over here. We do have this set up as a slave city for now. We did put in a Great Temple and the 3 libraries for the mission. So we could definitely put in a forum, we could put in a Freeman district, and then remove the libraries, max out the Freeman district, remove the Great Temple, it's no longer necessary, and put in a pair of tax offices, like that. Now, as far as our missions go, we know we were working on the Mediterranean ports, and this should be pretty close to done, right? At this point. So we need a marketplace, at least 3 ports, and at least 1, or at least 3 goods produced. So we don't know what it means by a marketplace. That's the core issue here. So we do produce 3 goods here. And this does not have a commercial district right now. I'm guessing that the commercial district is what it means by marketplace. So I'm going to remove the tavern. We're going to put that in there. Up over here, we know that this is the next location. And we do not have a commercial district here. Let's get that put in. And then up in Gabal, let's remove a tavern and put in a commercial district. I'm assuming that's what we need to do here to complete the Mediterranean ports. I don't know that for a fact. And then, of course, Sin needed to have 3 levels of fort here. We only have 2 right now. Let's put in a 3rd. That will get us fortifying the western border finished, so that's good. Esther's Legacy, we're a ways away from, and securing Arabian trade, we're a ways away from as well. We're going to skip Enslave Egypt, and we cannot do Shrill the Shrines? Okay, yeah, we cannot do Fill the Shrines. Shrill the Shrines. Okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just, okay, yeah, this is going very poorly. We can't do this until Veneration of the Prophets is complete, and we can't do that until Esther's Legacy is complete. So the Mediterranean ports and fortifying the western border is most of what we can do at this point. So we'll get to work on that. That will be fine. So next up is Yazdigurd, which is over here. Okay, this guy's humble. Sure. And we've got 2 building slots here, so we can put in a pair of tax offices. That seems wonderful. Next up is Bathis Liman, or Lehman. So that is out over here. That would be a forum and a Freeman district. Cool. So Konane is next. Wonderful. And this would be a pair of forums. We have an available decision. Ah, yes. We should definitely do this. Beautiful. We'll enact that. That is excellent. We should also probably go through here and... Oh, we have another farming settlement we can build in. We should definitely do that. And now what we should do is we should just build these slave estates. Make sure that that's all finished. There we go. That should be good to go. And now we just need to do peon. Okay. So there's a few more of these that we need to do. And then we're down to these 1 building slot locations, which almost seem not worth going through. I don't know. We've got Alabanda next, which is out over this way. So that is going to be... I mean, we would definitely put in a pair of Freeman districts here. That looks good. Makua is next. So that is out over this way. Beautiful. This is going to need a pair of tax offices. Excellent. And then Abliada. So that is right out over this way. Cool. Pair of tax offices here should do the trick. Oh, we can take a civic perk. So we're going to take land appropriation. That'll be nice. And then we've got Issaropolis, which is right up over here. Oh, this is kind of all over the place. Okay. We were definitely working on this. I don't think this needs to have a fort anymore. And we can definitely think about putting in 3 taverns. I don't know if we need the Grand Temple either. So we'll do that, and I'm going to put in a forum. The aqueduct is iffy about whether we want to keep that around or not. So we have Starving Pops down over here. It is April at this time. Let's just put in a farmer's market here for now. And as long as we're here, we might as well build the Freeman district. We have a new innovation as well. So that, of course, means that we can go into our civic advances. And we're kind of heading down this direction, right? So we can get 3% national slave output. And that would allow us to go into land tithe. And then heading down towards either urban or rural planning. And generally, I believe that urban planning is better. Generally. So this down over here, we could definitely put in a farmer's market. And then we also have people starving in, well, a couple of these locations. But it is about to be summer. So that should boost food production. Plus the farmer's markets. So we should be reasonably okay there. That's fine for the moment. Okay, next up is going to be Komana Pantiki. Again? Didn't we just do this? Wild. Okay, I guess we need to put in 3 forums. That'll be fine. A grand festival is occurring. Sounds great. And next would be Zela, which is at 3 building slots, right next to it. Okay. So we would need to put in a tavern and a pair of forums. Wonderful. Okay. Antigonea would be next. That has a G in it, turns out. Antigonea is down over this direction, and this is going to be a pair of academies. Wonderful. Next up would be Augila. Cool. So that's down over here. We would definitely put in a forum and also a Freeman district. Making good progress on that one. Next up is Bagara. Down over this way. Okay. So that would be a pair of Freeman districts. And Razin would be next. Excellent. This would be a pair of Freeman districts as well. Okay. Aladog Calais, which we started this with. Yeah, this definitely still has stuff queued up as well. We had a stability drop. That's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. So this is going to be not a grand theater, although that would not be a bad idea. We're going to put in a pair of forums there for right now. Okay, no actual colonizable provinces. Everything is positive in food. I mean, it's September, so we'll see how that ends up playing out over the winter. And then Mylasa is the next location, so that is down over here. I would definitely be interested in putting in a Freeman district and a tax office. Cool. Next up is Shari. So that is right down over here. A minor addendum is, of course, great to boost our stability back up. And I don't care about this guy's tutor. Okay, so we need to build a pair of Freeman districts there. And now we're through all of the 2 building slots, and there's only 1 building slot locations remaining. I kind of don't want to go through those right now, so we're not going to do that for the moment. I want to check in on our road construction. So we're still working over here. Looks good. I imagine these guys are probably done, though, right? Actually, no, they're not. Okay, that does surprise me that they're still building. I mean, that's fine. That is surprising, though. Okay, so we see Eastern Desert down over this way is having some food issues. So I would be interested in the one city that they have here. I'm going to remove a tavern, and we're going to replace that with a farmer's market. That'll boost up the food supply there. Next up would be up over this direction. Okay. So this is losing food, but it has a lot of food right now. Okay. So this is the only place we're really starving right now, but a 20% local monthly food modifier would be great, as well as reducing our monthly food consumption by a flat 0.25. That'll be a very useful thing, no doubt about that. And we'll see how this goes throughout the winter. This is the only location where we currently have Pop starving, so that seems great. It is, of course, February right now, and I would like to do something about it. So, granaries do increase the local monthly food modifier by 1%. That's not fantastic. It's mostly the food capacity that's useful for. Noted. So we do have some Pop starving in Marat at this point. So we did build the farmer's market here, but it might have been too late for the last season. More followers of the Risen Lord. And we are on increasing food here as well. Well, I mean, this is a desert province, so it's not terribly shocking. We may want to simply bring in an import route over here. So we'll get that going for now. Up over this direction, what are we importing right now? We could definitely swap the dates over to importing grain or rice. Rice would be even better. So we'll do that, and that will help matters for sure. And now we're at plus 5.32. Cool. So we still see Pop starving in Marat. And what do we have here? We have livestock coming in. I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to also import some rice. So that's, I mean, we're positive in food right now, but barely. So we definitely need to continue to boost that. Okay. I do want to check it through our administration. It's been a while. We probably have some provinces that are not allowed to automatically trade. Yeah, that definitely needs to be worked on. So we'll get a number of these switched over to trading automatically. That will help matters as well. Okay. There we go. We've got these 3 here, and is that all of them? That might be all of them. Let's just skim through this real quick. Yep, looks good. Okay, beautiful. So fortifying the western border is now finished. That, of course, means never again shall we answer to Egypt. I mean, we control Egypt, so yeah, we won't answer to Egypt for sure. Let's get rid of these forts. They're not necessary, and we'll replace these 2 taverns. And then we're probably... Oh, we lost a building slot. Okay. I guess we'll just leave that be. So Syria lacks a governor, and we do need a scorned family member for that, ideally. This guy will do. Cool. So that looks fine. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode... yeah, we'll bring them into the fold. Next episode, we're going to send these guys somewhere where they can sit. And these are going to finish up their building very, very soon. So that is wonderful. We're also probably going to go to war again very soon. I'm eyeing up this territory over here and being like, that looks very delicious. We'll get there soon. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.